The Sacred Trilogy, the Real Series. Written by Peaceful Warrior. Narrated by Andrew Morrison. Dedication. Dedicated to my daughter, parents, brother and sisters, family, and a few real friends. They gave me all the support when I needed it most. Acknowledgement. My acknowledgement and immense gratitude to the entire team that made this work a reality. Preface. For a few years now, I have had this idea of a fiction book in my head. In fact, it is a series of books. The name of this series is called The Sacred Trilogy, the Real Series. I wanted to name it The Real Series because it had been inspired by a mystical experience that I had back in the Amazon of Brazil, mainly after consuming ayahuasca, an indigenous tea produced by the Amazon Indians. Between 2015 and 2016, I experienced what some psychologists may call a spiritual emergency. It is a crisis when the process of growth and change become chaotic and overwhelming. Many people around the world go through the same kind of experience, but they are often seen as lunatics and are placed in hospices for treatment. With this book, I intended to address my experience in a fictional manner, so that others may find solace in knowing that they are not alone. This book follows Mike, a Brazilian man, who gets thrown out of his mundane life after he gets admitted into a psychiatric unit. Over there, he ends up meeting more people who are just like him, and finds out that he has superpowers. He discovers places he had never seen before, and he learns things about the world that completely change his life. With his newfound friends, he decides to make an escape to find out the truth behind everything. But nothing is as easy. The journey becomes an epic adventure as they travel through the Amazon and go all the way across Brazil to seek out the bigger picture. Chapter 1. Beetlejuice, Alpha Orion. The core inside the Dyson shelf flickered and dimmed. Metal clanks with the loads of impetuous gravity as the power holding it back became unstable. The meters fluctuated, and there was a collapse in the mains for merely a millisecond before everything recovered. People outside the laboratory continued to walk about the star's apparent surface, unaware of the impeding danger. It's only a matter of time before the fusion stops. I turned around to face the person voicing their thoughts. I gave him an incredulous look. Well, what do you suppose we do? He moved with a sigh and turned on a holographic screen. The frame shifted to the earth, where it zoomed in on a woman walking about her daily life. We wait, he said. His vague answer left me stumped. What exactly do you mean to say? I mean, our plan is already in action. You see, when our humanity came into existence on planet Earth, our ancestors began an experiment. With its exuberant nature and primitive civilization, the Earth proved to be the perfect subject. He clicked the screen. It switched to an illustration of man's primitive DNA, containing a gene in red, labeled Gene ABV Cysteine Subunit Group 8. He then proceeded to hand me a vial filled with a transparent semi-viscous liquid. I inspected it with keen interest. They inseminated virgin women with sperm containing an inactive form of this gene. Almost 99.999% of the time, these genes remained inactive, silently being transmitted from generation to generation. It dispersed so much that our ancestors completely lost track of it within just a few years. However, he continued, flicking the screen to show the faces of
Sample complete. Ready to continue?